Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on my E93 M3 with the convertible hardtop. It's a little bit low on the hydraulic fluid for the hardtop mechanism, so we're going to be topping up today using this fluid here from Bilstein. It's the OEM equivalent, and I'll leave a link in the description so that you guys can do this as well if needed. Made in Germany, hydraulic oil, designed for hardtop convertibles or even soft top convertibles for BMW, Mercedes, and other German car companies. Start by taking this liner off. You can pull it off like so. You may have a cover here, and to remove it, it's 3 10mm screws. I leave the cover off because I already have the felt liner covering this, so I don't really need another cover. And right there you can see it's a little bit low. It's right below the plus sign slightly, so I just need to do a little bit of a top up. And there's not really any video guide online on how to do this, so we're going to work together on how to do this and figure it out. And if you are having any symptoms like the top mechanism acting kind of funky, having a hard time opening or closing, shutting down too quickly and thumping, this could be your culprit. I'm not having any of those issues. I'm just wanting to fill this up for maintenance because it's a little bit low. My car is 120,000 miles, and I don't want to have anything wrong happen to this mechanism because the hardtop itself is a very expensive fix. So let's try to make sure it stays healthy and safe. What you're actually supposed to do is fill it up through the side over here. So there's a screw right there, and that's where you'll fill it up from. So you want to take this piece out here. It's like a rubbery foam circle thing. Do the same on this side, slide it off, and then instead of taking the whole thing off, you can tilt it up like this a little bit. And when you tilt it up like this, because you can remove the whole thing, but there's a lot of screw or a lot of wires there. So what I'm gonna do is just tilt it up like that, and then I can start to top off, because as you notice right here, when you open up that screw, it's not going to leak out. So that's your chance to fill it up using a funnel. And if you go above the plus sign, then you can leak some out through this bleed screw over here. And this is the easiest and quickest way to do it without removing the pump itself, which requires undoing a lot of wires. And it is a 4mm hex to undo that screw. This is threaded onto plastic, so you do not want to tighten this too much. Now we can go ahead and try to fill in . And then I have the towel underneath to catch any extra that's going in there. I'm gonna do one more time. Okay. Take your screw and then put it back in there. Go ahead and then set it back on a level surface with the foam pad so that it's in the right spot, because it needs to be level before you can read the reading. And just like that, first try, we got it right at the top level of the plus sign. So I think that is just right. We started right at the bottom of the plus sign, and now we're at the top of the plus sign. You don't want to go above that. If you happen to go above it by accident, undo this screw and let some of it out. You'll need to have a towel to clean up the mess. But this screw is just a bleed screw, so you're not going to fill it up from there. You're going to fill it up from the side. Doing it this way that I showed you is going to allow you to fill this or top off your fluid without having to remove the whole entire pump, which takes a lot of work and a lot of wires to undo here. As far as bleeding, this is a self-bleeding pump, so you do not have to do any bleeding. It will do it itself when you run it the top up and down a few times. It'll bleed all the air out of the system. So don't have to worry about that. Once you filled it to the right height, you are all set to go. I hope this fixes your issues if you have any, or if you're just wanting to do maintenance and top up your fluids. hopefully this will help, because I didn't find any guides on how to do this, and I just had to figure out myself, and I hope to share this with you guys and hopefully it helps someone out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good evening.